Cody?
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron Luth, Plumbing and Heating. We're here doing sewer camera inspection. You can see the cast iron on the floor. So we busted out the brass plug, and you can see we have some rough debris in here. That's going to be some toilet paper remnants and things like that. Not uncommon for a cast iron sewer, okay?
Yep.
So we're going in. See, again, I would say that's correct, man. There hasn't been much usage for some long time. So you can see we have a little bit of decomposition going on there. All right, so push that out. So this is the bottom of the pipe right now, fella.
Okay.
And then here we go. So here we looks like we've got a little bit of a grease stain there, a little bit of an egg, a little bit of buildup there if you see it.
So this is still cast iron?
It is. Yep, it's cast iron. So you can see we got a little bit of a knob here. I don't know if a rock or something might be sitting on that.
Okay.
So we kind of got that. But again, that's where bottom, you know, so was there a rock underneath it and it's just kind of poking through. So yeah, so let's keep going. So here's another little hump in there. If you look, kind of catching, there's a little bit of a belly here. Okay, you see that standing water right there?
So that's your bottom there.
Correct. So I can do this, fella.
No, you're good. You can leave it like that.
Okay, because otherwise I can flip this thing too. All right, so we got a hump, and I'm catching on it. So that's going to be an issue.
Pretty major.
Yes, correct. Okay, so let's get over our hump if we can. And I would say that sounds like it's right there, fella. Oh, come on. Do a little starting run here. There we go. I got past it. Okay, so we do have a belly in there. That's concerning. All right. In a perfectly installed plumbing system, it should be no standing water and going all downhill. So we know out of the gate you got some issues. All right. So let's see how far we can go. So, and that camera head is only that big, you know. So take it for granted. You know, the bellies that you're seeing, there we're starting to get underwater. Okay, we're coming back out of it. So we got another belly there. We're back under. Here we've got some stuff floating in there. Okay, and now we're up out of the water. So you can see the bottom of that piping of that cast where the water is actually worn it away over time and eroded it, kind of like rocks on a river. Okay. So we're still going. And to me, it looks like it's cast iron all the way, which is not very common.
Well, that's a good thing to have it cast all the way, correct?
So most people that did that in the time of this infrastructure, they had a lot of money. Because most of the metal went for world wars, World War I, World War II, all that kind of stuff. So most of the rich people, the elite of the elite, were the only ones that had cast iron sewer laterals. It's not very common.
Okay.
There's a few of them in town. So anyway, and I'm sorry it's a little cloudy, you know, going into that water. So that's where we'll run water. But let's see how far we can get, because you can't see underwater. So, but I'd like to see if we could get to the main. But you can see we're still cast iron. You still got a little belly there. A little grease here. That's grease. So last owner did dump grease down there on you, or owners. So here we look like we're transitioning to PVC. So see how it dropped? Boom. So I'm gonna guess we're the city, and maybe you can find out more details, but I'm gonna guess they probably updated the infrastructure in the area at one point.
Yeah, so that's probably right on the city.
Right away.
Yeah, right away.
Yeah, by the curb stop out there where they shut the underground water off. So that's, I mean, we know we go to PVC, but from here to there looks relatively rough. Okay, so let's, there we cleaned her up. A little water sitting there too in that, see that?
Yep.
And there it's gonna drop, fella. So do you see how this is all covered with mud?
Yeah.
Most of the time when there's sewer backups, the piping will display that. If I go in camera sewers where there's no issues, I can kind of just see where the stuff floats on the sides, but the top will look relatively clean. So I would say dollars to donuts. I don't know if you ever heard that.
No.
My first boss used to say that all the time, but dollars to donuts, we've had sewer issues here. Okay, so let's see where we're going. We're dropping down. That's kind of a tight bend. Okay, there we go. Got some mud going, but that's flowing down. Another little type end and a little belly sitting there. We're definitely... Okay, so we're in the PVC here. You got a little bit of belly there. Okay, so we got a belly there. We're underwater.
So why would they drop that PVC like how they did, just to connect to that main?
So yeah, because normally the city mains are a lot deeper. You know,
Yeah.
those can be anywhere from 20 to 30 feet down.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so they've got to have that when they do their engineering and design for the municipal system. They'll be a lot lower and then come up.
Okay.
Okay. But you know, I'm not gonna BS you, man. Even if this is city, that's still not correct.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm getting at?
Yep.
The problem with again bellies and puddles, as your solids move down the line, they hit that puddle, and it's almost like an emergency stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then things will sit. And then if they sit, now plumbing systems are vented, right? So that fresh air and sewer gases can go through.
Yep.
The other bad thing with bellies, if you get if it's nasty cold and there's breeze blowing through there, that will freeze.
Yeah.
So that's where that can be a problem as well.
And then that can plug up even easier.
Oh yeah,
So-
freeze gets bigger, more hits it freeze bigger, and now you're completely plugged.
Yep.
Moving water won't freeze, but you gotta have moving.
Water.
You know, and I always try to say pencil-sized streamers. So,
Yep.
but then you set it, and you walk away, and all of a sudden the faucet starts trickling, and now it's drip freeze. Or furnace condensates because it's such a small, minute flow that if it's not enough flow, it'll do the same thing. Okay, let's see if we can keep going, fella. I'm underwater here, so underwater I'm not going to see anything.
Yep.
So we've got some bellies and we've got some issues going on here. I'm just trying to see if we can see anything else, how far I can go. Man, I see nothing. So I don't know if we're underwater or if my camera had a malfunction. Oh, here we got something. We're all underwater, man. That is not good, fella. That's not good. Let's see if I can get out of the water. There we go. So we're up out of the water. But you can see there's just that
Yep.
little belly right there. Yeah, we're underwater. There we're above, so you can see the water line there. But we're definitely in the sewer main, fella.
Just because it's pushing so fast.
Well, just
or-
it's such a bigger pipe in here, you know.
Yeah.
Normally sewer mains are anywhere from, 10, 16, 8, I mean, you just keep going up depending on where you're at on the branch.
Yep.
But I'm hitting a bunch of scum in here too. See how we're hitting all that grease and grimy gopher gut stuff. Let's try to see if I can. But that's a lot of. So here's the other thing too. It could be a possibility that maybe the city has a partial plug right now and is unaware of it. So a lot of times when we get sewer calls in town, I'll ask them, "Are you city sewer or septic?" They're like, "City sewer." I'm like, "Did you talk to the city? You pay a sewer bill and a water bill. Why don't you just call them?" And the city guys probably hate me for doing that, but I would rather do that and have them check and lose the call versus coming out there sticking every cable I own in there and it doesn't go anywhere. And I still got to get paid. You know what I mean? So, but no, man. So we got some issues here, and like I said, that camera is about 1.25 inches in diameter. So we're all underwater here.
So do you think when we went underwater, do you think we got into the main right then, and that main's just underwater, or do you think the lateral's underwater too?
I think yes.
Yeah.
I think the main is underwater, and I think the lateral is underwater.
Okay.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm to this tape, okay? So if we want to step outside and lay it out and know exactly how far we are, we can for you if you're curious. I don't even know. Where's your thoughts right now? Are you still interested in pursuing this? Are you scared? Do you want to back away from this and run and go look at something else? Because I have, man. I've done plumbing inspections for people, and it was like 5 houses later, and I finally found one. I'm like, hey, man, this is your one. But I want to know what you want to do. Let's do this. I would like to. I'm still able to push it in there, so I know we've got to be in the main, fella.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to do is just run a couple sinks real quick.
You wanna stop the
Let's
video?
go on outside and look where we can see the road. Yeah, please stop, Maria.